Hey everybody, this is Rhino and we're back to Doom the Reboot. Let's continue. So we're about to run through this area and probably get attacked a lot. We've got a new gun to try out. This plasma rifle. We're trying to curb stomp a possessed. Alright, that's not gonna work. Let's see. So they've intentionally given me a long area to try to keep out of this guy's way in the hopes that that guy has like a laser arm. Alright, well that worked, and we now kind of know what the weapon what this is. We've been seeing a form of ammunition sitting around this area for floating around. This ammunition, we now know that that's plasma energy. So yeah, let me ask this. No, you can't just shoot the core section and use that. There's a doll somewhere around here. Alright, so that's 2 secrets. That means the challenge should be complete. We should now have a weapon upgrade point extra. We have 5, which should now unlock charged energy shot and get 15 headshots with the charged energy shot to get this weapon to its maximum. Great. Is there anything in the map in this room? Doesn't seem like it. Although, if I was to just run through here, it feels like this probably does connect to something. There's an auto map room further down the way though, so it's not necessary to take the extra risk. Yeah, that was a kind of big fight. We were just in. Our plasma rifle will be our other weapon. Until we upgrade the plasma rifle though, it's kind of missing a zoom ability, and any gun that doesn't have some kind of zoom ability is just kind of inadequate. I don't know how many headshots that was, but let's sneak around and collect this first. And that should be 2. We need 3 for full view. So 1 more of those. It's nice to find. Still trying to curb stomp possessed. I may just have a problem. I thought there was a hole here, but it was just blood on the floor. I may just run into a problem of there not being enough, well, how do I say this? That there may not be enough possessed in this area anymore. So now we have the auto map. The auto map shows that there are connecting points that we'll be able to go through, and it shows that there's a whole nother section in this direction that apparently I didn't access. So that might be more storyline stuff. Shows that there's a whole nother section this way, which is clearly going to be a major boss fight. And yeah, we didn't either pick up or collect the armor that was there, in case we need to go back and get it. Codex acquired. We have a new codex. So if you want to read that, I guess pause now. Yeah, we're slowly making the progress to having everything available and ready to go as far as collectibles. It would be silly though to use my main gun, so I'm just gonna do this. Let's see. Trying to. That's not working. It seems kind of simplistic. Yeah. Doesn't feel like much of a challenge, whereas the previous fight was much more of a challenge. There we go. But I guess the way they are...
Demonic threat reduced by 75%.
I guess the way they're increasing or decreasing the challenge is more around the idea of having you fight stronger enemies instead of more enemies. Finally got the blue key card. But this is also the area that's going to exit via the blue key card. I'm fairly certain. Yeah. So we jump over here, and then we jump over here, and then let's see, in this area, was there any collectibles? There's a health station, and that's kind of it. So this now opens because of the blue key card. If I hadn't gotten that before, let's see. Trying to get headshots with the charged gun, and it's probably not worth it to do that.
Your devotion to the UAC's mission on Mars is the foundation to our success. With you, we will establish a new paradigm and move humanity into the future.
So it's just going to be another fight.
Accidental death and dismemberment format? See Jessica in Human Resources for assistance.
I guess I don't need to use this, so I can't use that? Or it's disabled right now? And I guess we'll be using this gun and this gun. This will open a new area. So demons could be coming from a lot of different places.
See Jessica in Human Resources for assistance.
And this way just is another doorway that connects. There's some fuel for the
Your devotion to the UAC's mission
buzzsaw.
on Mars is the foundation to our success.
Alright. Let's see.
Into the future.
Demonic presence reduced to minimum save levels. Lockdown disengaged.
Have you
So lockdown is done,
dismemberment form yet?
and now I can upgrade my health and just maximize it. Okay. This is minimum save levels.
To the UAC. We will establish a new paradigm. Have you filled out your UAC accidental death and dismemberment form yet? See
That's
Jessica in Human Resources for
strange.
assistance.
And I guess the health station only works once, or if it takes some time to recharge.
Your devotion to the UAC's mission on Mars is the foundation
And I
to
guess
our success.
these symbols
With you,
mean
we
that there
will
was a
establish new
core
paradigm and move
item
humanity
there,
into the
or
future.
that they were trying to summon a core item. Alright. So, let's see if we can zoom out. The curb stomping thing, still haven't been able to do that. So it looks like there's a whole area to the right to find. And I don't see a real reason not to go and try and find it now, so let's see if I can
Have you filled out your UAC accidental death
face
and
in
dismemberment form yet?
the right
See
direction.
Jessica in Human Resources for assistance.
If I go out this way and this way, and is it where? This thing is hard to see. Really, really hard to see. And why is this guy coming out of nowhere? It feels like we're going to run into an infinite number of these if I'm not careful. Let's see. This doesn't make sense. This tells me that there is a doorway right here. There's no doorway there.
Stay focused. Stay committed.
I am now here up on this side, and there was this fire, and that fire just blocks me completely. Well, color me confused on that. But let's not waste too much time on it either. Now, where the game clearly wants me to go is this direction. The big glowing doors. And into probably a pretty big fight. We're checkpointing.
Warning. Core temperature reaching critical levels.
Well, this may not be too much of a big fight. It might just be a really big room. Alright. Am I not supposed to press a button? Alright, this is gonna take too long if I try to do that. Alright, I need the plasma gun. There, the plasma gun does too much damage. It seems like to stagger a possessed to then curb stomp them. So, go. Where are you? That wasn't a curb stomp. So either these guys that I'm killing, these imps, are not possessed at all, which is possible, or, and I've just forgotten which ones are the possessed. That might be the case. Let's see. Like, if this is a possessed guy, he's not really staggering himself enough that I could curb stomp him. Oh man, I am just low on energy. Alright, how about this? We got two of these guys, and we're out of ammo on our chainsaw. I was gonna try and chainsaw the this is not going to go well. I can just hope that the game has some form of generosity that it will do to me and either give me more ammo or be kinder.
The core temperature is now stabilized.
The primary control room has been activated somewhere nearby. It could be Olivia.
Alright. Back to our main gun, and then I guess the plasma rifle might be the gun with the most amount of bullets after that. Let's see. It does seem like there's areas on the map I can look in. over here, just to paint the map is being fully searched. And maybe I'll find a little bit of ammo, maybe I'll find a little bit of armor. But I think really odds are kind of low that I'll find much of anything. Those bullets are just magically spawning. I don't know what these are. These must be like rocket launcher bullets. So, was there supposed to be a rocket launcher gun somewhere that I was supposed to be able to pick up? Having now fought a bunch of enemies that are very strong, a rocket launcher gun would be probably appreciated. Right. Now I imagine what's going to happen storyline here, and this is a point where it's like, who cares what is really going on in the story is. Olivia's going to tell us that it's actually the Hayden android that caused all of this, and we shouldn't trust him, or we should spy for her and pretend like we're working with him. Let's see. I think we may have enough upgrades now to get full view area scanning. So that is fully upgraded. Now our question would be speed of certain actions. Switching weapons faster might be useful, or decrease the recharge rate of grenades. I think we need to decrease the recharge rate of grenades before we did anything else. And we have like 2 weapon upgrades, so I can't afford this. I could, let's see, bullets fired while zoomed will penetrate through targets. Bullets fired while zoomed will deal extra headshot damage. Move faster. I'll do extra headshot damage, certainly. That'll be helpful. And we can't upgrade anything else with what we have. Let's see, 6 of 25 environment notes, 5 of 9 database notes, 2 of 9 UAC notes, 9 of 27 weapons, 8 of 36 monsters, and 2 of 16. I need to go down to the monsters and see what possessed soldiers. Yeah, I don't think we saw a lot of these in this level. And the possessed apparently are standalone characters. I don't think I saw any of them. They're probably so easy to kill that I just shot them from a far distance or blew them up on accident. Which way am I facing? This way? And we have open shutters, which is, this is a standard kind of Dead Space and video game in general concept where they don't want it so that you put down your gun and listen to somebody and it takes control away from the player. So instead it takes control away from the player by putting the enemy behind bulletproof glass so that they can give their speech. It's probably better to do this because that is at least in character with the bad guy. But the main issue
Olivia Pierce
is you don't want to have to
0-2
program the ability to shoot this character.
She has locked me out, Dr. Hayden.
All power rerouted to Argent Energy Tower.
She is trying to tear open the portal between our world and theirs.
I wonder if this is going to be the secret challenge levels. Maybe they unlock
You
now.
could not have saved them anyway.
interesting, not even trying to write a speech for her, just showing her do the bad thing and not even trying to convince you to join her side. That's interesting. Alright, so there's a curb stomp. That wasn't a curb stomp. These are the imps. Well,
The system won't allow anyone but Olivia to override it now. We will have to shut down the Argent Tower manually from the surface.
okay. And so this feels like we're going to be leaving this level and saving, and then I'll exit, and that means this episode might be a little bit shorter. And there's kind of nothing else I can do unless I want to again try to run all the way back this way, and I guess I can't. So let's just look at the map. I missed a lore book there. There's some kind of secret access that I cannot imagine what it is unless it somehow connects to that. And it gets into this entire secret map section. Over here, apparently I missed... Let's see if we make this 3D. Apparently I also missed a big section over here, which seems odd, but I guess it explains why I missed that part. Also seems like I missed a section over here. So the exploration indicator seems to indicate that we've did, I guess, 75% of exploration, but not 100%. There's clearly 2 more secrets I didn't find, and I did just do a curb stomp glory kill on the possessed, but it was possessed soldiers I was supposed to do it on, so I just did not follow the instructions well enough. The verticality in these maps I'm surprised by. This, though, was also a very horizontal map too. It's just a very big map in general. And I wanted to check the weapon. We need 14 more headshots with a charged energy weapon, which means we'll probably need to pick off the weakest of the weakest enemies in the next level. Wow. My combo meter, I did not have that on. I turned it off, and if I had it on, I would have potentially tried to do a little bit more combat. Like, I got 4 out of 5. Does that mean if I was to come back and play this level, would I have to start again and do even better? There's actually a couple questions here if you were to go back and play levels. Would I get the same challenges, or would I get different challenges? I probably would get the same challenges, because I'm not feeling like this game would actually spend that extra energy to change the challenges or randomize the challenges. I assume I'd keep all the secrets. I'd assume I'd keep all the exploration and elite guards and field drones and argent cells and all of that. So the only thing, how I would suspect replaying this level would go, is that you would have to just focus on curb stomping 2 or 3 more possessed soldiers, and getting your combat rating up a little bit more. That being said, now that we are at this point, if that really is going to give me 4 combat weapon upgrade points, it's going to be pretty easy to upgrade all the weapons. I'm gonna go ahead and just save and exit and see if that jumps to the menu or if it jumps to the map. Well, it just would jump to the Windows itself, and it jumped to the menu. So, arcade mode. I could see the arcade mode idea, but there is something I think I would want to say is you are, so far at least, I'm not getting the feeling that I heard a lot of other video game journalists talk about, where this was just awesome fun and it was great to play. Maybe I just am so far away from being an expert at first-person shooting that I'm not quite getting that. It feels, even on the easiest difficulty, that you take a little too much damage and you don't deal enough damage, and I'd like to see about 3 to 6 more enemies in every encounter I run into, but I would also like to see them weaker and easier to kill. Even when I run up to an imp and I have to hit it and then hit it again, then it's staggered, then hit it a third time, that seems really weird and doesn't feel like there's any option there. So yeah, I guess we have this in a nutshell told to us, that if I wanted to, I could select the levels and go back and play them, but I don't think we're at that point where we'd want to do that. And yeah, I feel like we'd get more abilities, and I'm not sure you would get a combat rating for the first 2 levels. And then collectibles, we can get a bit of an idea. Oh, I hate this. I hate the fade-in that's happening here. It's not taking too long, but that really does kind of suck that that's happening at all. This is a 64-bit program. It could be using all of my video RAM to have that fast loaded, and it kind of does the second time, but that first time, that is ugly. Now it's not doing the fade in. We also kind of know if there's only 2 of these per level, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 levels left, and then each of these unlocks this, but there's no keys or indication as far as what does what. So left trigger zooms out, right trigger zooms in, right stick moves around, but no up and down movement. So it's always locked on a horizontal plane. D-pad doesn't seem to switch between the others. So yeah. No, it's the left stick that does up and down movement, and it only does it at a certain angle. What's funny is this is following the way Western games, this time instead of tilting it, it just goes up and down. A lot of Western games won't let you get on the underside of a character, so you can't look up Doom Guy's skirt in this case. It makes a lot more sense when you're looking at models of women in skirts, but it's always the same technology or the same concept, so that's funny that there's no spin or tilt except for on the weapons. I would say Doom Guy's Praetor suit here looks fine. I think it is in line with what Doom Guy looked like in the first games. There's probably not a lot of reason to add more detail, change it, considering you're never in third person perspective. Yeah, you get an odd angle where you can get slightly below it, but not. You can get almost completely on top of it and not below it. I wouldn't be surprised if there are actually some textures on the lower side that aren't completely filled in, because nobody would ever see them. But these guns are pretty dumb looking. They're standard as all get out. And yeah, this is not a game, I suppose. interesting reflection in the floor. This is not a game where you would want to buy skins or anything on your gun. I don't know if there is any game where you'd actually want to buy skins for your guns, but they certainly could use a paint job. And yeah, all right, we're in a good position. And yeah, the main menu is still pushing you to play these multiplayer and Snap Map. It'll be interesting to see how many people are. Let's see, everyone now has access to all 3 DLC expansions. Apparently they're, if I vaguely recall, there was something about that where it didn't sell well enough, or there was a controversy. So they just gave all the DLC. This update includes more challenge systems, a rune system. Yeah. So I wanted to see if I was to find a match, how many people would even be on. Let's see. Without jumping in a match. Profile would be 0. There's a whole system here of upgrading and playing forever, because this is what they were trying to sell, clearly, is they wanted a game as a service concept where you would play Doom forever. Here is a theme art, promotional art, or part of a promotional art that they did. Any of these images could have been fine to cycle through in the pause screen, or you know, the backdrop we see right now looks fine, so why is this not playing during the pause screen? Let's see, beginners only, and how do we hit waiting for 3 more players? Yeah, it's just sitting here. I don't think my firewall is blocking it or anything like that. It really shouldn't. So I suspect you would find that there's close to nobody online playing this game, which really removes the idea, or maybe there's some private matches and maybe we'll try the practice mode, but the idea of multiplayer being so important was, I guess, a mental fallacy. Sure, multiplayer was a big deal when Doom 1 and Doom 2 were out, but this game would have been competing against Destiny 1, it would have been competing against Halo, well, probably not Halo, because it wouldn't have been in timeline for that, but yeah, Destiny 1, possibly Fortnite and PUBG, but probably those are even newer than that. That's just not what you could sell Doom on, is the multiplayer. But I guess they didn't really know what they could sell Doom on, because the idea of making Doom 4 and making it successful was very much a question, not a statement. It could have been a horrible failure. It could have just been like Duke Nukem Forever. But because the multiplayer is not playable, really, and nobody's playing it, that also eliminates the idea of Snap Map, in which you make your own levels for multiplayer. Well, I guess maybe you could play Snap Map levels single player too, but making your own levels doesn't make a lot of sense. Anyways, we've gone 30 minutes. That's going to be it for this recording. We'll be back to the single player game in the next recording. I'll probably load in and just pause the screen so we don't have to watch it load at the very beginning. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me even further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.